Okay, we will start to learn about the image formation, right? Image formation by a concave mirror, right? Image formation by a concave mirror. Now, in case of a concave mirror, you have to know that there are there are 5 plus 1 images, right? When I say 5 plus 1 images, it forms 5 plus 1, right? Very important for all of us to know. 5 plus 1, what do you understand by 5 plus 1? 5 plus 1 means the 5 plus 1, that means these 5 are going to be real images. Okay, these 5 are going to be real images, and this one is going to be a virtual image. Gradually you will be able to understand what it means by a real image and a virtual image. So the first image that we are going to draw will be the image for an object if the object is placed at infinity, right? Now, what do you mean by if the object is at infinity? That means it is very far away from you, right? Very far away from you. So if the object is very far away from you, now in this case remember that the object, right, the object is at infinity. The object is at infinity. Infinity means the object is very far away from you. So where will the image be formed? I know the position of the object. The position of the object is very far away from us, that is at infinity. So where will the image be formed? And I think it's a very simple process, following the rule. Now that a ray of light which travels parallel to the principal axis, right? Let's assume that a ray of light is coming from an object which is at infinity, and therefore it travels parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection it passes through the focus. Okay, let me make it a little larger. Then there is another ray of light which travels also parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection it will pass through the focus, right? So now you find that the point where the rays of light are meeting, right, where the rays of light are meeting is at focus. So here this is the position of what? This is the position of the image, right? So if an object is placed at infinity, the image will be formed where? The image will be formed on the focus, right? Remember that the image will be formed on the focus. Now, if you remember, in my previous classes I had told you, through the image formation we'll be able to find the position, the nature and the size. Now remember, you can see here that the image is formed on the focus just at a point. So what is the size of the image? The image over here is what? The size of the image is, we can say that it's a point sized, right? Point size. It's a point sized image, very small, just a small dot, right? So this is the position for an image formed by an object if it is placed at infinity. So if an object is at infinity, so remember this object is where? This object is at infinity, right? When I say the object is at infinity, it means what? The object is very far away from you. So if the object is very far away from you, following the rules, a ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis and after reflection passes through the focus. Also, since it is at infinity, we are not taking care of the other two laws. Once again we say that another ray of light travels parallel, passes through the focus. So it is at this point, and the point is where? The point is on the focus. That means the image of the object which is at infinity is formed on the focus. It's just a point. It's a point size image. We also call it as highly diminished, right? Very small. And it's for our natural observation that if we look at an object which is very far away from us, it just appears as a point source of light. Now what happens if now we are changing the position? Okay, if the object is placed beyond C, right? This is position, another position. Now I'm keeping the object beyond C, beyond the center of curvature. So if I keep an object beyond the center of curvature, where will the image be formed? For that, just draw a line parallel to the principal axis. A ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis, and after reflection passes through what? Passes through the focus. Okay, this is one. Now the second one depends on you, right? A ray of light, I can take either a ray of light which passes through the focus, becomes parallel to the principal axis, or I can take another one. I can, out of the three, I can take any two. I allow another ray of light to pass through what? To pass through the center of curvature, right? If I'm allowing this ray of light to pass through the center of curvature, I find that the image is formed here, right? The image is formed, the point of the rays of light meet at this point, so this is the point where the image is formed. So if the object is kept beyond C, right? If the object is kept beyond C, over here, this is C, beyond C, then the image is formed where? The image is formed between C and F, right? The image is formed between C and F, that means between the center of curvature and the focus. You will find that this image, right, this image is formed below the principal axis, and since it is below the principal axis, it will be inverted. That's why the arrow is marked in the downward direction. So now what is the position of the object? The position of object, right, the position of object is beyond what? Is beyond C, right? Where is the image formed? Image is formed, right? Image is formed between C and F, right? And what will be the size of the image? The size of the image will be diminished. That means it is smaller than what? It is smaller than the object. Now remember, it is formed below the principal axis, and since it is below the principal axis, it will be inverted, right? And it is inverted, so the nature will be what? The nature of the image will be real and inverted. All the images, very important to note that all the images formed below the principal axis will be real and inverted. In case of mirror, the image formed below the principal axis will be inverted, and if they are inverted, it will be, the nature will be real and inverted. So this is the second position. Once again, if the object is placed beyond C, then how will you draw the image? A ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis and passes through the focus. Another ray of light, you can take a ray of light which passes through the center of curvature, right? Center of curvature follows the same path back, and these two rays of light are meeting at this point, so it is at this point where the image is formed, right? That means the image is formed between C and F. So now what will be the position of the object? You know, the position of the object is beyond C, right? What is the image, what is the position of the image? The image is formed between C and F. What is the size? It is diminished. That means the size of the image is smaller than the object. And what is the nature? As I told you, in case of mirror, if the image is formed below the principal axis, it will be inverted, and therefore the nature will be what? Real and inverted. Now we move on to the next position. What will happen when the object is kept at C, right? Now what is the position of the object? The object is at C. So where will the image be formed? Very simple. Let the ray of light travel parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, passes through the focus, right? Passes through the focus. Then I can't take the ray of light to pass through the curvature because the object is on the curvature. So therefore I take another ray of light, right? Another ray of light passing through the focus, and you know that it becomes parallel to what? It becomes parallel to principal axis, right? Now you will find that in this case, if the object is kept at C, the image is also formed at where? The image is also formed, this drawing is not to the scale, so it is slightly shifted. But if you take a proper measurement and do it properly, making the rays of light to travel parallel, you'll find that the image will be formed at C. So if the object is kept at C, the image is also formed at C. So once again, what is the position? Position of object. Position of object is, the object is at C, right? Where is the image formed? The image is formed, the image is also formed at C. What will be the size? The size will be, the image will be the same size as the object, right? Will be same size as the object. And once again, what will be the nature? I'm sure by now you know that since the image is formed below the principal axis, and in case of mirror, if the image is formed below the principal axis, it will be inverted, and if it is inverted, the nature will be what? The nature will be real and inverted, right? Real and inverted. So this is another position. So now we move to the next position. Where will the image be formed if the object is placed between C and F, right? C and F. So ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, passes through the focus. Okay. Another, a ray of light which passes through the focus. Okay. A ray of light which passes through the focus travels beyond, right? So you'll find that if the object is kept between C and F, the image is formed where? The image is formed between C and F. Sorry, behind C and behind C. Once again, if the object is kept between C and F, the image is formed where? The image is formed behind C. So once again, a ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis, passes through the focus. A ray of light which passes through the focus becomes parallel to the principal axis. So now, what is the position of the object? Yes, what is the position? The position of the object is between C and F, right? Between C and F. And what is the position of image? The image is formed where? The image is formed behind C, right? You can see here, you can see that the image, the size of the image, and this is the size of the object, this is the size of the image. So the size of the image is enlarged, right? That means it is larger than the object. Okay. And then what would be the nature? The nature would be what? The nature would be, you can see it is below, this is the principal axis, it is below the principal axis, so it will be what? It will be real and inverted, right? Real and inverted. Okay, moving on to the next. So if the object is kept at F, right, where will the image be formed? So for that, what you do is, a ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, passes through the focus, right? Now I can't take another ray of light to pass through the focus because the object is at focus. So my only option left is what? My only option left is, I should take what? I should take a ray of light passing through what? Passing through the focus. So this is another ray of light. Okay, this ray of light passes through what? Passes through the focus. Now see, once again, if the object is kept at F, so a ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis, passes through the focus. So the only option left is, I have to take another ray of light passing through the center of curvature. So when I take a ray of light passing through the center of curvature, I find that these two lines are what? These two lines are parallel to each other, right? Now if these two lines are parallel to each other, we don't know where they are going to meet, and therefore we say that the image will be formed at where? The image will be formed at infinity, right? The image will be formed at infinity. So if the object is placed at F, right, or is placed at F, the image will be formed at infinity. It is very clear that it is below the principal axis. The image, the rays of light are moving below the principal axis, so the nature will be what? The nature would be real and inverted, right? Real and inverted. What about the size? The size, it is going very far, right? You can see. So the size will be real and highly enlarged, right? So these are all real and inverted images. Now where will the image be formed? If the object is, this is your pole, right? Pole. If the object is kept between the pole and the focus, right? Pole and the focus. So for this, what do you do? A ray of light travels, a ray of light travels parallel to the principal axis and passes through the focus, right? Passes through the focus, and then there would be another ray of light which I would let it pass through what? Let it pass through the center of curvature. Please keep in mind, in the previous case when the object was at F, these two lines were parallel, so we were taking to be at infinity. Now in this case they are not parallel, and therefore I extend, right? I extend this. Now you find what? You are getting a very different kind of image here. You find that when the object is placed between F and P, right? When the object is placed between F and P, you find that the image is formed behind the mirror, right? Behind the mirror, and also it is above the principal axis, right? So now position. What is the position of the object? The position of the object is between F and P. What is the position of image? Right? The image is formed behind, right? Behind the mirror. Is formed behind the mirror. It is above the principal axis. Since it is above the principal axis, the nature would be what? The nature will be virtual. So now please keep in mind, if it is formed below the principal axis, okay, below the principal axis, it is going to be real and inverted. But if it is formed above the principal axis, it is going to be virtual and erect, okay, virtual and erect. And you can see this is the size of the object, this is the size of the image. The image is larger, or I can say highly enlarged, right? Enlarged image. This is very important, right? It is for this reason. Where do you find that? Please listen carefully. uh, when the object is placed between F and P, you find that the image formed by the concave mirror is highly enlarged, okay, highly enlarged. And it is for this reason that the concave mirror is used by whom? Is used by dentist, right? If you have a toothache, or if you have any problem with your teeth and the doctor wants to see that particular teeth which has a problem, then he uses a concave mirror, right? Concave mirror to see uh, to see the enlarged image of the teeth, so that he can he can diagnose the problem that is associated with your teeth, right? Yeah. And so the concave mirror is also, what are some of the uses of the concave mirror? We will discuss about that. Now let us try to understand what we have done just now. Right now we have done the first position was when the object was at infinity, right? When the object was at infinity, right? So if the object was at infinity, right, the image formed was at focus, right? From infinity we moved on where? We moved on beyond C, right? Beyond C. And when the object was kept, let's say I'll take position beyond C. So in this case, where was the image formed? Beyond C, right? Beyond C. The image was formed between C and F. In this case also it was real, Ri. I'll write as Ri, real and inverted. Then the object was kept at C, right? At C. When the object was kept at C, the image was formed at C itself, and this was also Ri, real and inverted, right? Then between C and F, right? When the object was between C and F, the image was formed where? The image was formed behind C. This also was Ri, real and inverted, right? Then when the object was kept at f, right, at f, the image was formed where? The image was formed at infinity. This was also Ri, right, real and inverted. Now we have the last position, right? We have the last position, and the last position was what? The last position was if the object was kept between f and p, right, pole. Between, if the object was kept between f and p, the image was formed behind, right, behind the mirror. And this was what? This was a virtual image, and also it was highly enlarged, right? So this is what we have done till now. Remember, this all depends on practices. Okay, so once again, I have at infinity position 1, beyond, behind C position 2, at C position 3, between C and F position 4, position 4, at F position 5, and between C, P and F position 6. So that is why I was telling you 5 plus 1 for the first 5 images, right? For the first 5 position, the image was real and inverted. But for the 6th position, where the image object was kept between f and p, the image was formed behind the mirror. It was virtual and highly enlarged.